Welcome into Friday Night Basketball here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. Tonight we have the girls basketball opener for these teams. We have the McNicholas Rockets and the Milford Eagles. Greg Miller here along with Mike Lorienti. And Mike, after a season of uncertainty, or an off-season of uncertainty with the virus going on and all of the uncertainty about winter sports here in Ohio, it's just good to be back for another season of basketball.
It is great to be back here, Greg, and rather interesting. You can look around. It definitely looks a little different, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be basketball, and we're glad to be here. And speaking of being here, what an opportunity to see the renovated gym here at Milford High School. So, in case for those that don't know, they actually completely redid the gym last year and got a new court and stand, so it looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, got a great court here with some of the new scoreboards, and you can see the gym ready to go along with these two teams. The fourth straight year of an opener between McNick and Milford, and we are just about ready to get started. Last year, the Eagles took the game 47-43 in a close one. See if it's a repeat this year as the Eagles control the ball early. Looks like that's going to be a travel called on Devin Morris.
Maybe some early game jitters, huh, Greg?
Yeah, early game jitters. Morris is the only senior on this team, so would expect to see her set the tone. But here, early foul on the Eagles on number 14, Madeline Hills. Hills, the leading scorer for the Eagles last year.
She averaged about 15 points a game, so they're going to need all of her scoring. Good ball movement by McNick.
Yeah, McNick looking to get the ball into the middle, but that one blocked. Ball bounces around and is controlled. Drive to the inside, and that one no good by Haven Dwyer.
Well, number 12, Emma McSwiggan had an open shot. She gave it up.
Yeah, McSwiggan expected to be probably one of the leaders for this Rockets team. Lost a lot of production last year, but it'll be on some of the seniors like Dwyer and McSwiggan to kind of lead this team. Three-pointer up, and that one is good.
So there it is, the first points of the season. A three by Maya O'Toole.
O'Toole only played in 9 games last year, just 54 minutes on the court, but getting the start here this year and making that time count with an early three.
The turnover by the Eagles.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy pass there.
I mean, if you look here, if you look at the roster, pretty evenly distributed as far as freshmen and sophomores. There's only one senior, as you mentioned, which is Morris. So a young team here for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles looking to bounce back as that three is off.
A nice move.
Rebounded by McKinney up into the front court. That one blocked and taken the other way by the Rockets. So far, kind of an up and down game, but not a whole lot of scoring to show for it. Just 3-0 here early in this game.
There's a foul. I mean, nice defense, but just a little aggressive there by number 22. That's Kylie McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney actually having her sister Kelsey join the team this year. She was second on the team in scoring, just a little bit over 6 points per game. So someone you expect to see some production out of this year for the Eagles.
Milford staying in that man-to-man defense, putting that pressure on the ball almost. There's a travel.
Yeah, really getting the ball, really getting some pressure out there, and Browning forced into the travel there.
Yeah, Paige Ayer, number 35 on that defense. Great defense causing that turnover. So far, I still think there's a little bit of early game jitters, and both offenses are trying to find their rhythm, Greg.
Yeah, it looks like both teams playing some man-to-man, trying to get some physical defense, but a couple early travels and a couple of shots offline. That a dangerous pass, but controlled by Milford, and that one will just be off, but Devin Morris will go to the line here to try to extend this lead for the Eagles.
You can see a replay here. Morris drives it to the basket, tries to get it above up the glass, but no, but she was fouled, so she'll be on the line for 2. Here's the first one. Well, there's a friendly bounce. It's at home rim.
Yeah, seems to get the new renovated gym here, getting some nice friendly bounces.
That was much better.
2 for 2 there for Morris, and the Eagles will extend their lead to 5-0. Three-pointer here, very deep. That one controlled, but looks like
Jump
it'll
ball.
be a jump ball.
Just so you, Greg, I don't know if you noticed, but the clock over there on that screen isn't working. It looks like they're keeping time and score down here, down to our right over here. So
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to keep on top of it with just the one scorekeeper on the card for the side. So
that's interesting because I was here earlier for the JV game and it was working. So maybe there's some kind of obviously there's some kind of a malfunction.
some physical play there. McSwiggan going down, but able to get it up. And wow, that one is blocked. Morris able to get up and reject that shot. So far, no easy shots here for the Rockets.
Shot attempt by number 25, Sarah Browning. Again, 5-0 Eagles.
Rockets looking to get something started here. McSwiggan trying to find some room. It looks like she'll get tripped there.
Nice sportsmanship over there by Maya O'Toole. That's her first foul. Third foul on Milford. There it is.
A great backdoor cut there. And McSwiggan gets the first points of the season for the Rockets. 5-2 now, Milford. Milford trying to look the ball into the inside, but gets an open look at the top of the key. High arcing three is no good, and rebounded. McNick getting the open three. McSwiggan did have the early bucket, but that one just off. Ball bounces around, and it looks like it'll stay down here and stay Rocket basketball.
McNick is coached by Greg Fulmer, and the Eagles on the other side are coached by Dave Follis.
Yeah, Follis in his third season here, leading the Eagles. Is
Nice.
a great find there. Sarah Browning with her first points of the season. Browning only played 3 games last year, but getting the start and making the most of it.
Boy,
She's been all around the ball here early for
Yeah,
McNick.
McNick's doing a great job finding that open player down there. Got a couple easy baskets.
Another deep three here, and that one does not get the same home team bounce that some of the earlier shots got. Able to collapse the defense, get it out to Browning. That one just off to the left. Rebound by Milford. Trying to push the ball a little bit. That jumper just off, but it looks like maybe a push there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haven Dwyer,
I
the
think
senior forward.
I'm sorry, Greg. I think one of the defenders on McNick got a piece of that ball.
Yeah, that one did look to have some interesting rotation going up to the basket. So
Yep.
Milford has had that very aggressive defense, extending the defense past the three-point line, trying to cause some issues, and McNick trying to do the same on that Milford offensive possession.
Again, staying in the man-to-man defense. Great ball movement. That was blocked by
That
number
one was
12. Yeah.
definitely tipped, yeah. Into the middle, kind of a wild shot thrown up there by McSwiggan. Milford trying to push the ball up. Open three there, and that one is good. Madeline Hills, the leading scorer from the team a year ago, giving the Eagles a spark and a 4-point lead. 2-point jumper, that one's off by Isabella Neal.
Boy, McNick has had a lot of good looks at the basket, Greg. Just can't get that to fall.
Yeah, they've seemed to really use the pick and roll game to try to find some open shooters on the weak side after kind of allowing the defense to collapse. But
they're getting good looks. The ball's just not dropping.
See if they start to get things going here. Do get a steal here.
3-on-1. And a foul.
We'll pick up the foul there. Isabella Neal, senior, her first year on varsity, so she'll go to the line. Kind of an interesting thought there. You try to wait for the defender to kind of commit and then make the pass.
Right.
Seemed to be a little bit of an early pass, but
Yep.
seemed to get bailed out by the foul.
First one's no good off the front of the rim. Couple substitutions on both teams.
Going back to that Milford possession, turnover is one of the things that definitely plagued the Eagles' offense last year. Averaged about 19 turnovers per game and turned the ball over almost 4 times more than their opponents per game. So did not have the season they wanted to last year. And there's another turnover, and just something that really plagued the Eagles last year and has hurt them on their last 2 possessions.
I do see one of the substitutions I see over there is number 24, Sophia Barton, getting her first action of tonight's game.
Yeah, another first-time varsity player here for the Rockets. Lost a number of seniors and production, so some players are going to have to step up there.
That was an ill-advised shot by Badlack. Here comes the Eagles on a fast break. There's a 3. Oh.
Just off the bucket. Able to corral the rebound, though, is Morris getting it up to the top, and it looks like they're going to reset. Nice pick in the middle for an open shot. Not able to get it, but Morris has been all over the place trying to get rebounds.
Yeah, she has. She really does work. She does work both ends of the court. Here's an out of bounds. There's the 3. Good look. Off the back of the rim. No good.
Yeah, if there's a player you want taking that shot, it's the leading scorer from last year, Madeline Hills. That one is up, but there's a foul. I believe that one was on number 31, Isabella Neal.
That's a team second. Milford has 5 fouls.
So far, though, the Eagles 3 for 3 from the line. Kaylee McKinney, the second leading scorer last year, up and good with her second free throw. The Eagles now 4 for 4 from the line. Last year only shot 64% from the line, so starting off well for the Eagles. Looks like Milford switched to a 2-3 zone, almost forced the...
A double dribble.
Oh, wow, almost forced the steal, but did get the turnover.
Yeah. Here's another one of those out-of-bounds replays you can see. Again, good defense there by the Eagles.
Looked like she just forced the ball into the meat of that defense. They all just collapsed, and looked like about 2 or 3 girls got a hand on that ball and just didn't allow it to get anywhere up near make. That one is an air ball, and that'll be turned back over. Looked to be a little bit of a floater there by Morris, but just not quite the shot you want.
You know, the score is 10-4 in favor of Milford, but I tell you, there's been a lot of open shots and missed buckets. There's a cutter into the lane and then in.
And one there for Isabella Neal. She'll go back to the line for the second time tonight. I'm sorry, it's actually number 21, Casey Bedlack.
Here's a replay. Watch the cut here. Good pass by McSwiggan. Off the glass and up, and basket's good. And she's got an opportunity to make the 3-point play. Cut back into this lead.
Great play there by Neal on the backside, setting the pick, allowing the run into the lane. And that seems to be McNick's offense early. It's just some good picks and some backdoor cuts, and they've gotten all 3 of their baskets off some wide open layups due to those cuts.
It's great defense there by, again, McSwiggan. She's all over the place. Greg?
Deep pass in the middle, almost turned over, but a nice pass back. Barton not able to hit that shot.
Shot was a little flat, needed to put a little more arc on that. There's a 3.
Morris just a little bit short on that 3.
Rebound Barton.
Both these teams not shy about shooting the 3.
10
Only
seconds.
one has been hit so far, but as we approach the last 10 seconds here, see if McNick can try to cut into this lead more. Shot way off and rebounded by Milford, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1, the Eagles lead the Rockets. Milford 10, McNick 5. We will be right back here for the beginning of the second quarter here on ICRC-TV for tonight's Friday night girls basketball between Milford and McNich.
ICRC-TV Sports.
Milford Eagles win.
Got him. Separation. Touchdown! Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
And welcome back to Milford High School for this Friday edition of girls basketball here on ICRC Sports. Milford leads McNich 10-7 at the end of the first quarter. Greg Miller here along with Mike Lorinati. So far, scorebug incorrect there. Actually, Milford up 10-7 at the end of the first quarter. Pretty balanced attack by both teams. No player with more than 3 points. Some of the leading scorers, Casey Bedlack has 3 points for McNich, and then 3 points for Maya O'Toole, and leading scorer for the Eagles last year, Madeline Hills with 3 points.
There's a travel. Well, she had an open three there, Greg. She should have taken it. She hasn't been shy up to now. O'Toole just shuffled her feet. Ball goes back over to McNich.
Yeah, O'Toole, both of her first 2 shots of the night were threes, but just didn't look confident. Tried to make a play there and ended up turning it over.
That was Haven Dwyer. Looked like she was just a little bit too far under the basket to be able to get that ball up.
Yeah, just caught a little bit too far, and it looked like another attempt for Milford to try to get the ball in the middle. And just
you can see here McSwiggan makes a nice pass, but just a little bit too far underneath.
Looked like potentially some good defense there by Maya O'Toole, able to recover a little bit and look to impact that shot a little bit. 3 there, short again by Morris.
Milford attempted 9 threes in the first quarter and made 2 of them, so they're obviously not shy about putting the 3 up, Greg.
Oh, no, they certainly look like a team that will shoot it as much as possible from the 3. Definitely getting some open looks with this defense. Looks like McNich is content with giving Milford threes, and Milford's content with taking them. As there's another 3 off for Milford. Milford shot 28% from 3 last year,
nice.
So a little bit behind where they're at right now. So there's a great transition bucket by Haven Dwyer.
What you had there, Greg, is the 3 went up. All the Milford players went to get the rebound, and McNich caught them and got a fast break, easy layup.
Yeah, Dwyer so far has been very good at finding those kind of backdoor lanes, getting behind the defense, finding a couple easy shots for herself.
Look, she stepped out of bounds over there.
Yeah, it looks like that was Grace Kuntz, who was standing just a little bit too close to the sideline there, and it'll be turned back over to Milford here in just a 1-point game in the second quarter.
I tell you, where they have the side we're on over here, there's not much room between the sidelines and the stands, so it gets a little tough over there.
Yeah, certainly right on top of where the socially distanced benches are. And
yeah,
looks like that one will be turned back over, and a 30-second timeout will be called by Milford's coach, David Fallis. So far, it looked like early in this game, Mike, Milford seemed to have some control, but as you were mentioning, McNick was getting those good shots, and
Yeah.
now it looks like they're finally starting to fall, and McNick is right back in this game.
Yeah, I'd have to think Coach Follis is going to have to probably talking to the girls down there about maybe getting the ball in a little bit, try to get some easy baskets. Right now, what's happened is they're happy from the 3-point line, and if they're not making it, McNick's getting that defensive rebound and looking to get the ball up court real quick, and we've seen that's happened.
Yeah, you also got to wonder, if there's any talk about the defense giving up a lot of, backside cuts, maybe adjusting the defense. You've seen them go a little bit of zone, a little bit of man-to-man. So what Coach Fallis will say going forward is there's another pass that looked to bounce off of one of the Rockets, and, yeah, it'll stay Eagle basketball.
Morris has got to get going. She's only got 2 points so far, so they need her offense. Game's down to a 1-point advantage for the Eagles. There's another 2. There you go.
There you go. Seems to be Maya O'Toole able to get that one off just in front of the 3-point line, but looked to be a nice rhythm jumper and went in for Milford's first points of the quarter.
She's only a sophomore, too.
Yeah, looks to be someone to project to be a big part of this Eagle offense going forward. That shot by Paige Ayler just off, and ball will bounce off and go to the Rockets. Once again, Mike, just very 3 happy for Milford. 9 threes in the first quarter, and it looks like they'll at least match that in the second quarter. 3 or 4 attempts early here in the second quarter.
When you're making those, everybody's happy, but when you're not making them, you got a ball game here. McNick is only down 3 points.
Looks like a little bit of shuffling of the feet there by Casey Bedlack. Trying to make a move, square up to the basket, but just shuffle their feet a little bit, and ball go back to Milford.
Number 21, Ashley Taylor, getting her first action tonight, giving Maya O'Toole a little break.
Yeah, Taylor only played in 6 games last year and only 1 field goal attempt, so looking to potentially be a bigger part of this offense.
Just want to bring something to your attention, Greg. It looks like they got the big scoreboard across the way working. So
yeah, it looks like they got both of them running up.
That'll be a big help. There
Shot just in front of the 3-point line. Looked to be a nice little rhythm jumper there for Paige Ayler, and looks like the Eagles a little bit more comfortable with those, maybe 12 to 15 footers instead of those 3s. Hit their last 2, and now we're up 5. Pass forced to the middle is tipped and taken by Morris.
Just looking at Coach Greg Flamer over here, he's not very happy with what he's seeing out of the last minute and a half of his of his team of the Rockets. Looks like he's going to make a couple substitutions.
Yeah, and you've seen the Rockets have done a pretty good job not allowing Milford to get the ball into the painted area. It seems like every time they try to dump a pass in, there's a jump ball like what we just saw or a turnover. But now they're allowing some jump shots, in front of the 3-point line and starting to go in for Milford, see if there's any adjustments going forward.
Jasmine Elam in, as well as Aaron Brine for McNick getting their first actions tonight. McNick needs to get back on the scoreboard. There's a 3. In and out.
Pushed up by the Eagles. Trying to find an easy shot here, and that one.
Jump ball.
Yeah, it looks like a jump ball. Nice defense there by McNick, too.
You can see here. They're off bringing it up, and there's a jump ball right there. Good defense by number 12 for McNick. That's McSwiggan again. Surprise, surprise, we called her name again, Greg.
Yeah, she's been all over the place, especially on defense, and really creating some disruption, especially for Milford. Trying to get the ball into the middle of this, what looks to be a 2-3 zone now for.
There's another foul. I don't think McSwiggan's even come out of the game. Looks like she's played so far, every minute of the game.
Yeah, McSwiggan, one of the bigger players from last year's team. One of the handful of seniors and one of the few that actually had a big role on the team last year. third in points and tops and assists last year for the team. So certainly an important part and someone that they'll probably ask to do even more this year if this Rockets team is going to be successful. Another three on the way, but that one is good.
That was pretty. That was pretty.
Paige Ayler, 5 points now after not much action in the first quarter. She seems to have the hot hand for Milford. Does commit the foul, though. Believe that's Jasmine Elam that's going to the line.
Tell you what, McNick's got to be careful not to let this game get out of hand. Milford's on a nice little run. I mean, there's 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go into halftime. They got to keep it close.
Yeah, and I think maybe getting Elam the ball might be the key for McNick. Elam not playing a whole lot last year, but did shoot 33% from three, 67% from the line. Looks to have a pretty good shot and someone that could help McNick get on the scoreboard. Of course, as I say that, misses the free throw.
Nice defense. Nice steal.
Up the floor.
That's a foul.
Going to be fouled there. And who else on the steal but
McSwiggan.
But Emma McSwiggan.
Well, she did great anticipation. You could see a replay over here. She could see this from a mile away. She just stepped in front of the Milford player and was able to take it to the hoop and got fouled. Sorry about that, Greg.
Oh, no, you could see sophomore Peyton Cook, first year on varsity, maybe staring down the pass just a little bit too long, and a senior like McSwiggan's going to point that out and jump into that passing lane right away. Putting McNick back on the board, taking advantage of those 2 free throws, and now down to a 5-point game as it looked like things were going all Milford here.
You talk about staring it down. I don't care whether it's basketball, football, whatever. You stare down where you're going to put the ball at. It gives the defender plenty of opportunity to go and get it.
Oh, wow, and some nice defense there. Believe that's Paige Ayler taking the charge there. It's in their feet set. Great positioning and good play there by Ayler to draw the charge. You could see the offensive player coming in just a little bit out of control, and she steps right in and gets the ball back. Ball is tipped, but just a little bit too far, and it looks like both of these defenses, after giving up some quick baskets, starting to ramp things up.
Yeah. We got about 2 minutes to go. Milford's got 8 fouls, and McNick has got 4, so.
Be interesting to see how the foul game plays out in the last 2 minutes. Milford up 7, trying to extend this lead that they've grown in the second quarter. A little bit of a step back 3. Wow.
There's a statement 3 for O'Toole.
Maya O'Toole now really leading this Milford offense and hits a nice rhythm step back 3.
Well, I tell you, she comes off the bench shooting threes, Greg, because she just got back into the game. She doesn't hesitate. She was well behind the arc as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, good defense there by McSwiggan, but it doesn't matter if you have the best defender on her or right in her face. She's going to step back and make those threes. McSwiggan to the line.
Well, she's got
it's
nice
the
form.
First one.
She has real nice form. We got a timeout on the court with 1:38 to go. Milford up 9.
Yeah, you got to wonder here if you're McNick, what's the plan here for the last 138? Looked like you were starting to get back into this game, but now kind of a little mini run for Milford to go back up 10. What's the plan here? Try to slow things down and just get to halftime, or maybe try to throw a counterpunch here quick before the half?
Well, there's a couple different ways of looking at that. Counterpunch is good if you can make the shot, right? If you don't make the shot, you potentially give Milford an easy opportunity to go down. They're already up 9 or 10. Now you don't want to go into halftime, down more than double digits. So go into halftime down double digits. So if you ask me to answer your question, I think Coach Flamer, if I'm him, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, look for a good open shot.
It's probably the case, and the one thing that I'm sure he doesn't want to do is give O'Toole any open threes with the way she's been shooting the ball the last couple minutes here.
That's right.
Swinging good again, I believe perfect from the line, so has really helped to keep McNick in this game. Down 8 and almost forcing a steal there.
I think we got our answer, Greg. They're going to full court press. You can see here, McSwiggan you can see it right there, just tipped that ball.
once again, great anticipation, able to get the ball back.
There's a foul. So
falls to McNick, but a foul. And as you mentioned earlier, that foul game's starting to come into play.
It's going to put him on the line.
And I believe that's the 10th team foul for Milford.
You can see great anticipation there. So McNick decided to put the pressure on to try to force Milford into making some turnovers, and lo and behold, that's what happened.
Yeah, and this is their 10th foul, so even with the missed shot in the double bonus now is McNick trying to further cut into this game in the last minute and a half or so of the first half. Misses the shot, but fighting for the rebound here, and great effort there by Isabella Neal, but just not able to come up with the ball, and it'll stay Milford basketball. Very tough there, missing 2 free throws with a chance to get it back to a 2-possession game right before half.
Yeah. The officials sure let them play long for that ball down there. I thought they were going to call a jump ball, but here we are. Another turnover by the Eagles down the stretch. That's last 2 possessions they've turned it over. So I think McSwiggan's going to move the ball around, look for a good open shot. I wouldn't be surprised if she takes the shot here.
Looking to set some back screens here. Look for someone maybe come through the middle.
Got to get rid of it.
Trying to get the ball into the middle. Defense collapses. Neal goes up with kind of a wild shot in the lane. Don't believe that was the shot Coach Flamer was looking for. And
I doubt it.
Milford gets the ball with just about 50 seconds left in the half.
See how long they're going to try and hold it, and see if McNick's going to be content there for a while to see if they can't create. There it is, almost a turnover.
Yeah, collapsing in that 2-3 zone, trying to find someone on the outside, but it looks like Neal will take the ball away. Get it up to the front court. 3-pointer.
Oh!
And that one is money.
Wow.
Madeline Hills. I'm sorry. That was actually Aaron Byrne, who didn't play, once again, another player. Didn't play a whole lot last year for McNick, but stepping up here.
Oh!
And Devin Morris comes right back and gets a bucket of her own.
Boy, just looking. Here's a look at that 3 here. Well behind the arc. Great form. And then Milford comes down and has the opportunity to wipe out that 3-point. I'm just watching Coach Flamer's body language on the sideline. He really didn't want that to happen.
Getting things back to about a 2-possession game, and then just giving back up the 3 the other way. Just 13 seconds left in this 25-17 game.
Missed something. I think they're resetting the clock.
Yeah, I think they actually pulled away the cart clock that they had earlier, and I believe the scoreboard clock was about 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, had about 2 more seconds on it than
the
other clock had. Yep, just resetting the clock from 13.3 to 11, and we're going to get things started here. 11 seconds here for the Rockets, down 8. Milford, last second shot, and that one by Ayler just a little bit off. But so far, a great first half for the Milford Eagles as they lead the McNicholas Rockets 25-17. Milford hot from 3 in the second quarter, able to get that offense going and really led them into a solid halftime lead.
Yeah, we talked about 2 for 9 in the first quarter, and they obviously, we believe they took more for that, but obviously more fell for them. So it allowed them to build that 7-point lead, 24-17, and see what kind of adjustments both coaches make here at halftime.
Yep, and we'll be right back for the second half after a few messages here. For this second half on ICRC-TV, the Milford Eagles lead the McNick Rockets 25-17.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Tonight,
Milford Eagles win.
Got him. Separation. Touchdown! Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back.
Question: when you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play. Play.
Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning
to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it. Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family. this idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we go!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC-TV.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Milford High School for this edition of Friday Night Hoops here on ICRC-TV. Through one half, the Milford Eagles leading the McNicholas Rockets 25-17. Greg Miller joined along with Mike Lorienti. So far through the first half, just some stats. Milford 8 of 25 from the field, 4 of 15 from 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw, 25 total points. McNick 5 of 22 field goals, 1 of 5 from 3, 6 for 11 from the free throw line. Leading scorers, Maya O'Toole for the Milford Eagles, 3 of 5, 2 of 4 from 3, and Emma McSwiggan for the McNicholas Rockets. 6 points, 4 of those coming from the free throw line. Mike, through the first half, it seemed like Milford was kind of on the edge of starting to blow this thing out, and as soon as things got maybe just a little bit too uncomfortable, McNick was able to kind of find their way back in. But
yeah, and then they got a little sloppy there towards the end of the second quarter, and Milford was able to make a couple baskets to get it back up to 7 points. And so here we go, coming out of the third quarter, McNick scores to cut it to a 6-point game.
Yeah, Sarah Browning, important couple minutes here for McNick to try to get back into this game, and a 2-pointer by Browning definitely helps. Pass over the head of Milford, and they're going to say no Rocket player touched it, and that's going to be over and back on the Eagles. Another turnover for Milford. Both teams had 11 turnovers in the first half, so a lot of sloppy play in the first game. And there's another one as Browning, who already hit a shot, just one too many steps on the little shuffle there, and the ball go back over to Milford.
McNick's going to stay in that press. They got into that there toward the end of the second quarter. Milford successfully breaks it and gets an easy bucket.
Yeah, and that one, Kaylee McKinney able to get a nice quick layup there after breaking the press. Rockets trying to find some space inside that Milford defense, moving the ball back around to the top of the key to McSwiggan. Back up to the top, and Haven Dwyer, who tries to work her way in. No call after a little bit of contact, and Aaron Byrne misses the shot.
Looks like there's a foul that's going to be on Morris. You know, I made mention earlier about McSwiggan, and she played all 16 minutes of the first half, and she's out here to begin this third quarter. So hopefully she got a little reprieve at halftime.
McSwiggan trying to get a shot up there. Nothing really there, no one to help her, and we'll turn it back over to Milford. Rhythm jumper there, and does not quite get the bounce she's looking for, but Milford gets the ball back for a three, and that one is off as well. And the Rockets are off and running, looking for an open player. That one missed by Dwyer, but deflects off Morris, and I believe it'll stay Rocket basketball.
Here's a replay. She had a good look, just couldn't get the ball to fall, and then get knocked out of bounds by number 14, Bryan.
Rockets moving the ball into the middle there. A lot of contact, but I believe they're going to call a charge there. Or no, they're actually going to call the block there.
Number 35.
Yeah, Paige Ayler. Yeah, just a little bit late getting over on that rotation, and Dwyer will go to the line for some free throws.
That could have gone either on Morris or Ayler.
And the first free throw of the game for Dwyer, just a little bit short.
It's Milford's third foul. So far, none for McNick.
Yeah, McNick only, I believe it was only, 5 fouls in the first half. Milford had 10, and it looks to be keeping up with that pace as Milford is in some foul trouble, but looked like they had an open layup, but McNick able to get back and force that shot offline.
Good ball moving by McNick, looking for the open player.
A lot of movement, but that one's going to be a charge.
Went to the well one too many times, Greg.
Yeah, Dwyer looking to get another block here. Gets past Ayler, but some nice defense there to get set up. And
here comes that full court press again. Milford easily breaks it.
Yeah, Ayler looking to slow it down a little bit. Now gets the ball back for a three, and that one is perfect.
It might be time for timeout by Coach Flamer. It's up to 10-point lead.
Ayler with her second three-pointer of the game. McNick trying to get something going. Not too many open shots to be had in this Milford defense right now, but they're working the ball back in. Dwyer really trying to force the ball inside and possibly get another foul picked up, but so far none called, and the Eagles take control of the ball. Game three, and Ayler hits another one.
Got to be timeout, absolutely. This game could get out of control for the McNick Rockets. Nice run there by the Eagles.
It was Maya O'Toole in the first half, and it looks like Paige Ayler taking control of this game in the third quarter. Back-to-back threes.
Milford now up to 13-point lead for.
Yeah, increasing that lead up to 13. And this is certainly a important next couple minutes here for McNick, and it's kind of been that way the whole game. They let the lead get out to 8-10 points, squeeze it back to 4 or 5, and then it just looks like Milford goes on another run.
Yeah, we can see here we'll get a replay on the last 2 threes by the Eagles. You know, we talked about living and dying by the three, so they're loving life right about now. Here's the first one.
I will say, looks like good form there by Ayler.
Yeah.
I mean, elbows in, shot is straight, and it looks to be a very repeatable motion.
Yeah, here's the second one again. Nothing but the net, so back-to-back threes by her gets Milford out to a 13-point lead. And to your point, Greg, this is an important possession for McNick. They gotta try to break the mojo for Milford.
You got to think Coach Flamer's going to draw something up here for McSwiggan. She's been the best player all night here for McNick and their most reliable scorer as she brings the ball up the court.
They've only scored 3 points so far in the third quarter.
Trying to look to the middle. Double team comes. And a steal for Milford. But it looks like just a little bit too close to the sideline. And, yeah, it'll stay McNick ball.
Stay McNick ball, yeah.
McSwiggan getting the offense started. Finds it for a 3,
nice.
And that one goes in. That one, Casey Bedlack.
That's just what the doctor ordered.
And a 3 back to the other side. Is that Ayler?
No, that's Hills.
Ah, that's Hills. Hills had a couple 3s early, and 3 straight 3s here for Milford, and it's just all going great for them right now.
It's raining 3s.
McSwiggan looking for the open player. That one off. But McSwiggan able to find the rebound.
Well, she is all over the place.
Another rebound for
foul.
McNick, and that one will be a foul. I believe that's Jasmine Elam going to the line.
Here's the raining 3s. There's the first one by Bedlack. Come down. Eagles come down, and what's that? Hills. I'm sorry. All of a sudden now it's become a three-point shooting contest.
Yeah, Elam at the line for her second. First one rattled around the rim and came out.
Cook in for Morris. We've seen that substitution quite a bit.
Elam another missed free throw, and she struggled from the line early. Only 1 for 4 in the first half, and missed her 2 right there. Certainly something that McNick's going to have to improve if they want any shot to get back into this game, as the lead has swelled up to 13 here with just about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
You know, if you can make points while the clock's not moving, that's the best way of doing it. And to your point, Greg, McNick's got to take advantage of that. You know, coming down the stretch, if the game gets closer, you can bet the Milford Eagles coaches are paying close attention to who's shooting free throws and who's not. I say who's making them and who's not. And
McNick, you know, Milford already has 4 fouls, so they're inching closer to that bonus. So at that point, you got to start hitting your free throws. Any foul sending you to the line. Milford working the ball to the inside, but back up to Cook at the top. So far being very deliberate on offense, not trying to force anything, but finds an open shot, and that one goes in.
DeRoe, another 2.
Olivia Theriff there, her first points of the day. But a quick response there by McNick, able to race down the floor, and Sarah Browning hitting the easy baseline jumper.
McNick trying to force some turnovers. Travel.
Yep, and that's what you're trying to force, whether it's the bad pass or just
moving a
little bit quicker than you're used to. And you can see Cook there, only a sophomore, just going a little bit too fast there, and takes a couple shuffles before she puts the ball on the ground.
Every possession for McNick is going to be important now. Can't miss an opportunity to score. There's a block. That's going to be on Ayler.
Yeah, Bedlack able to get the ball into the middle and get some contact. Gets a little pump fake, goes around, and yeah, Ayler just gets a little bit too close to her, and that'll send her to the line for 2.
Well, there's the woes again from the free throw line, Greg. Well, McNick has left a lot of points out there from missing those free throws.
Yeah, 6 for 11 in the first half, and I believe they've missed their first 3 of this half. Or I believe actually their first 5. So
yeah,
6 of 16, not something you want to see.
Yep.
That 13-point lead would be a lot slimmer.
Oh yeah,
if they would hit,
even half of those.
Yeah, even half of those. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Milford leading McNick 38-25. Milford really starting to take control in this third quarter. 3 threes already for him. But McNick still fighting on defense. Ball bounces back. Great ability to get her own rebound there.
Boy, both teams are really hustling in there. They're fighting for that ball. Give McNick credit. They might be down 13, but they're playing like they're up 5.
Yeah, both teams very aggressive on defense. Morris for 3. That one is just off, but she's able to wrangle down her own rebound. Looks to the other side. And a little bit of contact there, but nothing called. McNick, after a pretty solid defensive possession, even though they gave up a couple offensive rebounds, gets the ball back. And just a little bit too out of control there for Bedlack. Able to get by the defense, but
I think Coach Fallis probably wants to slow things down a little bit. They let them get their offense set up. Right on cue, they're slowing it down.
yeah, it seems like when they've been trying to rush around a little bit, that's when they start to get the happy feet for the travels or make a ill-advised pass. When they kind of get their offense started, they're able to find the open three-point shooter.
That's exactly correct, and that's what they're doing. They're slowing it down, making that extra pass, and lo and behold, who hits the 3 again? O'Toole.
Maya O'Toole, the second step-back 3 she's hit today, and she's definitely feeling it from the three-point line.
Moving around, they're doing a good job.
Yeah,
Big
that
swing.
Milford defense is all over the place, but they're trying to find a gap, being more patient than they have been. Suck the defense down.
And one.
Wow, just sneaks over the front rim. Jasmine Elam going back to the line. The line has not been kind to her today, only 1 for 6, but maybe a bucket here will get things going.
She gets a friendly roll off the front of the rim on that, Greg, and there's a little left-hand half hook that she got to drop.
Yeah, just pushed it off the front rim, able to get the right angle to pop it straight up and in. And McNick trying to have something to hang their hat on. Just a minute left in the third quarter, and they're starting to run out of time if they don't start putting some possessions together.
Yeah, well, you know they're going to stay in that full-court press. They've been able to generate a couple turnovers.
Woes continue for Elam from the line, but Milford trying to push it quick. And once again, another turnover. And Milford is just trying to do a little bit too much here in the game and just pushing a little too fast. And that's been shown with all their turnovers.
We just talked about how they slow it down, set their offense up. They get a 3-point from O'Toole. All of a sudden they think they want to run up and down the court, and they're creating turnovers. So I'm trying to understand why they want to stay with that strategy. I understand you want to run it down the court, but set the offense up.
Nice jumper there is off by Neal. Rockets able to keep possession, setting things up with just about 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Looks like they're going to call a foul on the far side. Maybe McSwiggan trying to do a little bit too much.
Yep. Well, what happened all of a sudden down there, that baseline became the defender, and she ran out of space, and she got a little physical down there, got called for the offensive foul. There's that full court press.
Yeah, causing some issues, but
no way.
A couple Rockets go down.
Get out of here.
And O'Toole hits another 3. Couple Rockets collided at half court. O'Toole got an open opportunity for 3 and took advantage of it. O'Toole driving to the basket. That one looks like maybe there was a hand on it, and yeah, just a little bit too physical on defense, and that'll be, I believe, the 6th foul here.
Here's the last 3, another one by the O'Toole 3 machine. Again, I think this is another step back, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah, that one just a little fake step to the side and gets it to go. O'Toole only had 8 baskets last year. It looks like she's going to get close to matching that here tonight. I believe her already 4-3.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That shot is off, but looks like it's going to be a jump ball here.
Got a little physical down there. He's seen a little motion out of the Rockets for McNick. There's another foul.
Yeah, getting a little too physical here.
Yeah.
Dwyer.
I think it's frustration what's going on here, Greg, obviously.
Yeah, they've played hard, and, you know, they've stayed in this game for the most part, but now things starting to get away from them, and you can see it just on their faces, getting a little frustrated with what's going on.
Oh!
And the buzzer
And
beater
the
goes.
buzzer.
Kaylee McKinney hits it, and that quarter was just all Eagles, leading 46-27. 21 points for Milford in the third quarter after just 25 in the first half, outscoring them 21-10.
Yeah, that obviously the separation has begun. You know, it's the O'Toole 3 machine, which is really contributed to them being out, Milford being up 19 points. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for McNick. You can see the replay schedule here on the screen.
Yep, if you had fun or have a family member that you want to get a good look at the O'Toole show or any of this Milford Eagle team, we have the game all through the week. Even maybe something to get you ready for Thanksgiving here coming on Thursday. Taking a look at some of the stats through 3 quarters, Milford only 4 of 15 in the first half from 3, but hit 5 of their 7 attempts here in the third quarter, and that really helped them to balloon this lead up to where it is right now at 19.
Yeah, looking at the leading scorer, no surprise, O'Toole with 14. And then up on the McNick side, it's Browning and McSwiggan both with 6, as well as Badlick.
Yeah, and you look at the 2 double-digit scorers for Milford. O'Toole with 14, Ayler with 11. O'Toole 4 of 7 from 3, Ayler 3 of 4 from 3. So Milford, as you mentioned in the first quarter, it was staying close because they were dying by the 3, but now they're thriving by the 3,
yep.
Hitting 5 of 7 in the third quarter and really staying in control for the last 8 minutes of this game likely.
Yeah, let's see what McNick is going to do here. They got to keep it close, and there's a foul. There's a frustration foul. You could see that by McSwiggan. She put a little leg into her because Morris went over there and stole the ball from her.
Yeah, McSwiggan trying to make just a little bit too much happen. Morris realizes that, once again, the only senior on this Milford team. High basketball IQ from her to get that steal, and then just kind of frustration by McSwiggan.
McNick's got to create some turnovers, which there we go, right on cue. They do one with that block shot.
Able to get the ball to the other side, and it looks like there'll be a foul there. Yeah, as Dwyer goes up. And taking a look at the replay here, you know, you'd think they were going to slow things down because they've been so good at it. They're so good from a half-court offense, but once again, just a quick 3 there and doesn't realize the trailing Rocket that gets a piece of that shot.
Yeah. You know, with being at the first game of the year, I'm sure there's a lot of excitement and want to get out and run and gun, but it obviously for Milford and Coach Fallis, that's their success is going to be trying not to get into the run up and down the court and set their offense up and try and take advantage of the ability for them to shoot the threes. And then when the defenders come out to shoot the threes, just get the ball in the paint and get those easy layups.
And another note, as Dwyer hits that shot, McNick now just 8 of 20 from the free throw line. So that certainly doesn't help them break into this lead as Dwyer gets a steal, goes the other way, and gets the easy layup. Another turnover here by Milford, and it looks like McNick will stay in this full court press trying to get back into the game, but just a little bit too much there by Barron.
Tell you what, McNick's got to be. I mean, you don't want this to turn into a foul shooting contest because Milford is at least for tonight, has shown a much better ability of making free throws.
Although Milford only 5 free throw attempts so far, have not a whole lot of fouling from their side up until late in this third quarter, early fourth quarter with some frustration fouls. You know, shooting 4 times as many free throws as Milford, but Milford starting to get some foul calls now. Trying to get that lefty hook to go, but just a little bit too strong, and McNick will bring the ball down 16 with just about 6.5 minutes to go. Quick 3 there, and that one way off by Grace Kuntz.
Travel.
Yep, ball in the middle. Once again, Milford just trying to rush a little bit too much and gets the happy feet there. Hills, seen that a couple times in almost that exact same spot.
Yeah.
They get the ball on the baseline after kind of running it back, and just a few too many steps before dribbling the basketball.
That'll come. That'll come.
Once again, just the first game of the season for both these teams, especially with how interesting things have been this year.
Yeah.
Might take a little while to get into the feel of things. But that's a three that helps McNick get back into some striking distance. Now down 13 after that beer and three.
Yeah, I think the key word, Greg, is striking distance. They got to make some stops and make some baskets on the other end. They got to get this down under 10 here, about 4 minutes to go if they can.
Jumper there by Morris, able to get it to go. Morris hasn't exactly been lighting up the stat sheet, but has made a lot of just the right plays that you expect to see out of the senior.
Over the back. Oh, good
Not
rebound.
calling it, and it looks like McNick gets the ball back, but it's blocked. Fight for the ball here. Stolen back by McNick. A lot of change of possession here.
Oh!
They call the block there, almost an and one, which would have been
my gosh.
Huge for
Man,
McNick.
A lot of action going on right here in the last 30 seconds. Here's that three by
Byrne.
Byrne.
Badlack hitting the free throw here. Something that McNick's definitely going to have to do if they want to get back into this game.
They're going to have to get better, period, if they're going to stay in games throughout the season. There you go. Back to 13 points. We got a 30-second timeout by McNick.
Yeah, and you look at both these teams looking to get a little bit better after some seasons last year. McNick finishing last in the GCL South, 5-19 last year. Lost their top scorer and top rebounder, and their second scorer is no longer with the team. So a lot to kind of rebuild, but after a rough season, maybe a little bit of reshaping of the roster will help. They look to be playing really hard for Coach Greg Flamer, so maybe some better days ahead for McNick.
Yeah, and I mentioned a couple times throughout the broadcast how they're when they were down 13 points, they're playing like they're up 5, so they're very aggressive. So they've not given up. Again, it's 13-point lead. You got plenty of time, but the ball's going to have to fall their way. Some of the breaks are going to have to come to McNick because you can't trade baskets. You'll never cut into that deficit. And if O'Toole and Ayler keep shooting those threes, you're never going to make up that. You can't trade 2 for 3.
A little bit more aggressive pressure here by McNick. Forces a Milford timeout. Going on as you mentioned, McNick, a team that, has the effort to stay in some games, did win a playoff game last year, upsetting Mount Healthy by a point. Milford, on the other side, 8-16 last year, but do return a lot of players. Some of their top sophomores now turning into juniors, so a whole lot of production back for Milford, and you can see that as they look to be the more complete team right now, getting scoring from all over the place. Morris maybe not putting up the numbers tonight, but O'Toole and Ayler have really carried this team offensively.
Yeah, and you start looking at this very quickly. Milford starts getting into the ECC schedule, so no rest for the weary. After tonight, they go next week. Next Wednesday, they're playing at Kings, followed by West Claremont on the 28th, and then they get into the heart of their schedule. So here we go. It's going to be all out here for the next couple, 3 weeks before the holiday break.
Yeah, and it looks like for the rest of 2020, 8 of their next 10 games
I just saw
on
that,
the road.
Greg.
So
I was just looking at that. That's pretty amazing. That's not a very favorable schedule.
Certainly not, and another reason to want 2020 to be over as soon as possible. I'm sure David Fallis has that thought for one reason or another, trying to get his team off the road. Once again, 8 of their next 10 on the road before finishing primarily at home. Milford starting to get back into their offensive set.
Yeah,
it looks to be possibly a little bit of a moving screen there. That one on Peyton Cook, and she'll be quickly subbed out for Maya O'Toole.
She's only a sophomore, Cook, so great experience for her.
Yeah, her first year on varsity, especially in some of these games early. Never know who you might need in today's day and age with players potentially being unavailable. So you want to get as many players some looks in games like this as possible.
Boy, look at McSwiggan. She is all over the place. Offensive rebounds, keeping the ball alive for the Rockets.
She must have 4 or 5 offensive rebounds so far. She's just all over the place.
Yeah.
As Bedlack able to pick up another foul and go back to the line. I believe this is her 5th and 6th free throws of the night. She's 3 of 4. So
yeah. Here's a replay. You can see good effort. What it must be to be 16, 17-year-old and have all that energy, right? Run around forever.
Yeah, run around all. And McSwiggan has been doing that. I don't believe she's seen the bench at all tonight.
I don't think she has, Greg. I mentioned that earlier. She has been out on the floor the whole night.
And 2 threes here for McNick. You said 10 points with 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty close, aren't I?
They're getting right around there, but going to need some stops and some stops quickly if they want to get this back to maybe a 1 or 2 possession game. And that one almost a steal there.
I'm telling you.
Browning almost able to jump in the passing lane there and just making that pass that much more difficult for Milford.
Yeah, here it is. I tell you, the full court press, she traveled. Absolutely, she traveled. The full court press for McNick has been a lifesaver.
Yeah, McNick, able to get a tip, keeping the passer in one spot, and then just a little bit too off target with that pass to Morris, and just a few too many steps. Now McNick with a chance to get it to single digits if they can get a bucket here.
I'm saying if McNick gets a bucket, Coach Fallis is calling timeout. Going on record.
Well, let's see if McNick can get a bucket here. Looking to the left side, a little bit of a pump fake.
Oh, she had an open 3.
Open 3 set, and that one is good.
Oh.
Casey Badlack brings it to 8 with just 3.5 minutes to go. Coach Fallis deciding to not call the timeout.
I'm surprised.
See if they try to slow things down. It looks like they do.
Yeah, smart move on their part. She traveled, no?
Nope, looks like a timeout just before the travel there. Great timing there by Coach Fallis, and you can see maybe a little bit of urgency by Milford. Just want to set things up and talk things over.
I think so. I think the timeout was at the appropriate part of the game. There's the 3, yeah.
You can see the deep 3 there with just 3:08 left. Milford leading McNick 48-40. We'll be right back here on ICRC-TV.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Welcome back to Milford High School. This game looked to be over, late in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Milford in full control, but McNick making a little bit of a run here late, making it a little bit more into sweaty palms time as we reach the last 3:08 of this game. Milford with now just an 8-point lead. Lead was as high as 19 in some spots, but McNick able to fight back and get it to just an 8-point game.
I find it interesting that both Ayler and O'Toole are still on the bench.
Yeah, two top scorers for Milford so far today. Reverse layup, no good. Able to get the rebound, though. Back out for a 3. That one
brought rain. That almost brought rain. That was such a high arc 3.
Olivia Theriff able to get the three just to go. Back iron and in. Fighting for a bucket, though, Bedlack. And Bedlack has been very active here in the third and fourth quarter.
She's doing those underhands trying to get up to the basket, and she's getting fouled the last 2 times. That was the shot selection. Put her on the line. Last time she made both of them. Let's see what she can do here.
The announcer curse comes back again.
Sorry about that.
5 of 7 now from the line after, I believe, making her last 5. So.
Sorry, Casey. There you go.
Does hit the second, but now a 10-point lead with just 2:39. McNick going back into that full court press, and Bedlack just a little bit too far for her to intercept that pass. Some nice defense here by McNick, and Milford is having fits with this full court press right now.
Yeah, they are. I wonder when they're going to get O'Toole and Ayler back in. Watch out, she's going to get double teamed.
Oh, able to just get around the double team and tries to take it herself. Some open players. And now the little run out for McSwiggan. She'll put the ball up and at least get to the foul line.
Here's the steal. And look who's coming into the game, Greg. Right on cue.
Yeah, right on cue. And you can see Morris here. A lot of open players. Doesn't really need to force it, but just goes right into the teeth of the defense. And Bedlack comes up with the block. First free throw. Good for McSwiggan. McSwiggan perfect from the line so far.
Yeah, O'Toole and Ayer back into the game for the stretch. 2:21 to go. Milford still up 9. Could be 8 here if McSwiggan's making this free throw, which he's been very successful doing so far tonight.
That one just off the front rim. A little bit of trouble handling the ball right there, but able to keep it. Morris able to dribble out of the trap.
Ill-advised shot.
And able to get kind of the bailout foul there.
Well, she was well under the basket. Thought maybe she might kick that out to the top of the key and take some more time off the clock.
Yeah, Mike, I was just about to ask. At this point, 2 minutes left, 9-point lead. Why are you trying to force a quick shot here?
Yeah, well, I agree.
Is able to hit the first free throw, though.
Second one's good.
Second one's good, and it's now back up to a double-digit lead. Coach Flamer taking a timeout for the Rockets.
Got a full timeout with 2:09 and 11-point lead for Milford.
And that might just be about all she wrote here. 2 minutes. Crazier things have happened, but at this point, especially with the way Milford has been shooting free throws, it's a tough task.
Yep. Well, every possession for McNick is going to be important, and they've got to continue to employ the full court press in order to create those turnovers. If Milford's able to break that press, Greg, they're going to get some easy baskets.
And that's really what probably both coaches are talking about, getting that press set up for Coach Flamer and just how they're going to, focus on the press and break it for Coach Fallis, and then maybe also a little bit of conversation about slowing it down once you break the press.
Bingo.
You can see there Emma McSwiggan, number 12 for McNick, has played every minute of this game and has been the heart and soul, really, of this Rocket basketball team tonight. Her effort is really shown, and though McNick is down by 11, it's certainly not because of her. She's kind of done it all for this Rocket team.
Yep. Milford's going to be in a 2-3 zone.
McSwiggan working the ball left to right. Gets it into the middle of the zone. Open three off the front rim and just a tough bounce over the backboard. It'll be Milford ball.
Boy, Elam had a good shot at that. A good look at that basket.
Yeah, it looks like just a step too short.
Oh. There we talked about breaking the full court press and getting the easy layup. Unfortunately, Milford turned it over. Couldn't, who was that, Mills? Or Hills couldn't control that.
Yeah, Morris almost traveled, able to get the ball to Hills, but right at the knees and just bounces off of her.
Wow.
But there's a three. Bedlack hitting a couple threes here, trying to keep
Smart move. Smart. Set the play up, Milford. Set it up. Take some time off the clock.
Yeah, and you can hear Coach Flamer trying to get some pressure out there.
They got to create something.
He knows with just a minute 15 left.
Yeah.
They got to force something, and Coach Fowles also realizing the importance of this possession, calling a timeout here, just 30 seconds to try to reset his team. Just a little game reset, 53-45 with just a minute 12 left. McNick in the double bonus. Milford still in the single bonus with just 7 team fouls on McNick.
So if you're McNick and it turns into a free throw shooting contest, who are you going to foul, right? Now that's got to be one of the things they're talking about in the huddle, because if they're going to get back into this game, they got to start creating some turnovers and maybe putting them on the line and hope bad strategy, but a hope that Milford misses their free throws.
Yeah, so far Milford has not shot nearly as many free throws as McNick, but has been very successful.
Yeah.
I believe only has missed 1 so far tonight. So, so far, if you're McNick, not really sure who you want to foul, because a lot of good shooters for Milford, at least what they've shown tonight.
There's a turnover.
Yeah, O'Toole trying to create something, but ends up dribbling into the middle of that McNick defense, turning the ball over, and then doing the one thing that you can't do, which is fouling.
Stop the clock.
If there's one thing that you don't want to do, it's allow McNick to put points on the board without letting any time come off the clock.
Absolutely. It's just an 8-point lead. She makes both of these. All of a sudden now, ladies and gentlemen, you got a ball game.
Yeah.
Two-possession game.
Two-possession game, and with the way this
Boom.
with the way this full court pressure has been going for McNick, it could certainly turn interesting here with just a bad pass or two. Fortunately not able to hit the second free throw to set up that full court press, but still causing some pressure.
They got to get him. They got to go foul. They got to go foul. Yep.
Looks like they'll foul. Going to the line, Kaylee McKinney, one of the top scorers from last year.
And one of the better free throw shooters on the team as well. You know, it got down to it, Greg, that they had to foul somebody because they let too much time go off the clock.
Yeah, and allows Milford to get their top free throw shooter from last year. 78% from the free throw line, and so far 3 of 3 tonight.
Right on cue, she makes them both.
And you can see that's why the Eagles wanted to get her the ball. Looks very comfortable from the free throw line, knocks it down both, and now it's 9 points.
They got to hurry up. They got to shoot it. You got to shoot it, Bedlick.
A little bit too much indecision. Wild 3 thrown up, and wow, almost disastrous there for Milford as Zarif was looking for someone to throw the ball, but ball gets knocked out of bounds. No harm for Milford. Now just 24 seconds left. Gets the ball into Morris. Morris 3 for 3 for the night.
Well, that's going to put Milford in the double bonus now as well.
Yeah, and that's going to make things really tough for McNick here. Just 23 seconds left, and doing the math, it's going to be very tough for them to get anything going with such little time left.
You know, as we wind down the last 20-some seconds, you know, McNick did not quit in this game by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, no, after being down.
Oh!
After being down, 19, able to cut it to just a 2-possession game, and just couldn't quite get that last shot to go.
No, they couldn't do it.
And you think it kind of all comes back to Milford finally getting their threes to hit, and just some of the inconsistency of McNick at the foul line. They've missed 12, 14 free throws, and if even half of those fall, then you're looking at probably a 1-possession game at this point.
Well, you always talk about what you can learn and build on for the next game, and there's a lot of positives for both of these teams.
Once again, just the first game of the season for both teams. And, certainly some good, but certainly, in the coach's mind, a whole lot to work on for both these teams. as there's a deep three off the back iron. Shot thrown up, rebound here by McSwiggan.
That's it.
And that will end it here at Milford High School with the final score, the Milford Eagles 57, the McNick Rockets 46. Overall, high-paced game, a lot of threes, but just at the end of the day, just a few too many threes by the Eagles.
Well, who would have thought at the end of the first quarter we'd have a 57-46 game? So the offenses came alive in the second half of the game and made it a very entertaining and made it very entertaining at the end of the game today.
Yeah, 21 points in the third quarter for Milford, their highest scoring quarter, and then 19 for McNick to try to get back into it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So no quit by McNick, but just at the end of the day, just a little bit too much here by Milford.
Absolutely. Both teams played hard, and that's, as a coach, that's all you can really ask for. Unfortunately, in every contest, other than soccer, somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose.
Yep, for all of our hardworking crew and volunteers on the camera, for Josh Semsprott and Dean Lowry out in the truck, I am Greg Miller. For myself and Mike Lorienti, thank you so much for joining us for Friday Night Basketball. The final score of this game, Milford 57, McNick 46.